Princess Sakura! What are you doing here?
Oh, you surprised me.
Well, you precious thing. I didn't mean to scare you.
It's okay. Just give me a moment.
This conversation would be easier if you looked at me, you know.
I'm sorry. It's just, to be honest, I get nervous with so much eye contact.
Oh, please. Just talk to me like I'm one of your sisters. It's no big deal.
But you're so different from my sisters. Sorry. I'm just an anxious person.
Are you scared of me? There's no reason for that anymore.
No! I mean, maybe a little bit. The thing is, I'd like to get to know you, Camilla, but you're so intimidating.
I do seem to have an effect on people, but darling, I'd like to know you too. So, let's see. What should we talk about?
Well, we're both Corin's sisters. Why are you sitting so close to me?
Was I? I hadn't noticed. Here, why don't I tell you a cute story about Corin? And then Corin sat right in the pie. Oh, we laughed and laughed.
That's really funny. I probably would have done the same thing. What kind of pie was it, anyway?
Oh, it was just my usual. Apple pie with a little kick of cardamom.
That sounds good. Is that a traditional Norian recipe, or...?
It is. You mean to say you don't have apple cardamom pie in Hoshido? Don't even answer that. You simply must try it. I'll bake one sometime.
You'd share a homemade pie with me? I'd really like that. I could even make some Hoshiden specialties.
You'll bake for me? Oh, and look how much more comfortable you've gotten.
You know, I don't think I'm terrified of you anymore.
How wonderful! That means we can get even closer.
By closer, you mean like getting to know each other better, right?
Of course, and closer physically. Come now, scoot over here.
I'm okay right here.
My goodness, you're precious. Here, let's try holding hands.
Holding hands? But why?
To be closer. Oh, look, your face is all red. Look me in the eyes and say whatever you want, darling.
I can't think of anything.
Corin? Hello? Are you here?
I've just sent Corin on a delivery. It shouldn't take long.
You sent someone of Corin's royal stature on a simple delivery? If anything goes wrong, I will personally take it out on you tenfold.
What? Let's be reasonable here.
Prince and Captain you may be, but if Corin is harmed, your name is mud.
I'll take the blame in that case. But really, Camilla, what could go wrong?
Any number of things. Misreading the map, falling off a cliff, you name it.
You know, Frederick was in a similar state when Lissa first went out on her own.
The slightest scratch must be answered with an ocean of blood.
Camilla, this has moved past doting into disturbing.
What's so wrong with being concerned for one's family?
You treat Corin like a child, for one thing. It can become smothering.
But you have Frederick, who fusses similarly over you.
That's very true. When I warn you to pull back, I speak from experience. Every time I go out without checking with him, he upbraids me for hours.
Isn't it a retainer's duty to know where his lord is at all times?
Well, let me put it this way. If I so much as sneeze, he starts knitting a new scarf.
Such impressive devotion. My question is, why are you ever not wearing one?
Maybe I'm not being clear. He insists on doing everything for me, however trivial.
Is it true that he once pinned posters of you all over camp to raise morale?
Let's not speak of that incident. I was so embarrassed that I longed for death.
Oh dear. Is that all Frederick is to you? A nuisance?
No, his heart's in the right place. And he served me for a long time. But I can never leave camp without him shadowing me to my every destination.
As well he should. I try to keep Corin within arm's reach at all times. No farther, preferably, than this.
All right. I don't need a demonstration.
Oh, how adorable you are with flushed skin. Does my nearness bother you?
That's not the issue.
No? Then you won't mind feeling the effects of my warm embrace either.
Camilla!
Oh, don't worry. I only have room in my heart for Corin. I'll see you later, Crom. Frederick, darling, whatever are you doing?
I'm merely grooming this gravel path for Crom's footsteps. Routine work.
Truly? Oh, how fascinating. I had no idea you were so in love with Crom.
Milady, that is not accurate. I am merely a retainer devoted to his master.
Mm-hmm. Well then, what other sorts of things do you do for your master?
Well, naturally, I research all of the locations he visits in advance. I create meal plans to help manage his diet and fitness. And of course, I try to follow his every step, just in case I am needed. But if I am able to save him a trip by running errands myself, that is ideal.
Well, I'm impressed. I may borrow a few of those ideas to help Corin. As it is, my first duty is to kill anyone or anything that would dare harm her. And naturally, I do her laundry and tidy her quarters. Why, I would even bathe her by hand, if she would permit it.
I have failed. It did not occur to me to help wash the small of Crom's back. I must correct this oversight at once.
Wait, before you rush off to the hot springs, I still have a few more questions for you.
Very well. What else do you wish to know?
I wish to know everything about the duties you perform for Crom. If there is even one tiny thing that could make Corin happier, I will do it.
I understand completely. Now, let me think. Ah, yes, I have considered composing a war song to inspire Crom during battle. My idea was to pair this song with some sort of motivational banner. And then, following the victory, 3 days of celebration and feasting.
My goodness. That idea is simply tremendous! I love it! Oh, Frederick, let's do it! For both Crom and Corin.
Really? You'll join me? I do say it is one of my better ideas.
I agree. Now, firstly, we will need to obtain the materials for a large flag.
Certainly. But first, would you mind if I finished grooming this path?
Of course not. In fact, I'll help you. After all, Corin may walk on this path as well. Let's make it perfect for her.
Excellent. Why don't you start over there and I'll work over here. Together we can create a path that will be perfect for our master's strides.
Hello there, Anna. Do you carry any rare items in this little shop of yours?
Indeed we do, Camilla. But, how rare are we talking?
I'm after something that can only be found in this world.
Interesting. How about one of these pots? They're supposed to be legendary.
I don't know. They're just pots, aren't they? What's legendary about them?
It grants wishes. Make a wish, and if the pot breaks, by accident, a wish granted.
Are you sure it works? Here, let me test it right now.
What about this? It's a poisonous mushroom from a local forest. Eat it, and you'll have unstoppable hiccups for 3 days and 3 nights.
What an unusual poison.
right? It's the real deal, which is why it's so expensive. Care for a free sample?
I like both the pots and the mushrooms. I'll take your entire stock.
Seriously? That's 100 pots. I mean, great!
Perfect. They'll make excellent souvenirs.
Souvenirs? For who?
For my retainers. They're the two most adorable girls you'd ever meet. There's Selena, who's all charm and grace, until you cross her. Or until she loses. She's a moody one, but loyal. Then there's Baruka, a former assassin. She almost killed me, so I brought her on. Want to hear something sweet? She never bathes without her dagger.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I'm sure they're both out of their minds with worry since I disappeared. So I thought a few unique gifts would make it up to them.
Are you sure you don't want to buy them something more sentimental?
Oh no, the pots and the mushrooms are absolute perfection. The pots are for Selena. She loves to cook. And Baruka just adores anything poisonous.
How endearing.
She'll probably make all sorts of nefarious plans with those mushrooms. Only to realize they merely induce a mild case of the hiccups.
Well, I didn't expect such a strong demand for these items. I wasn't sure I'd be able to sell them at all, much less in one day. I'll have to track down some more somehow. Thank you, Camilla. This has been an eye-opening experience.
I'm the one who should be thanking you, Anna. But this may not be enough pots. Will you tell me when you get more in stock?
Of course! Anything for my new favorite customer.
He doesn't take to people very often.
If he is a prickly one, he's sheathed his spines for me. I think he's sweet.
I'm glad you get to see this side of him. Tell me, Princess, have you ever ridden a wyvern before? From observing you in action, I think you would take naturally to it.
You flatter me, Camilla, but I'm satisfied with my current mount. He is my sworn companion in my mission to protect Marth.
Ah, yes, Prince Marth. You and he are quite the pair, aren't you?
I don't know if I'd say that. I have my hopes, but who knows? That aside, there's another reason I can't give this one up. Promise not to laugh?
I would never. Whatever you say is safe with me.
Though I am a princess, I spend most of my time traveling with Marth. At times, our forces must make camp, and it gets very dark in the wild.
Oh, I know full well. Though where I come from, it's dark even in the day.
That sounds terrible. I'm actually quite afraid of the dark. It's only when I know my Pegasus is near that I can sleep soundly.
Oh, how darling. He sounds like a beloved family member. I myself sleep better at night when one of my siblings is sleeping nearby.
Yes, you do seem very close to them. Say, do you think I might sit behind you the next time you go for a ride? I'd like to see for myself how comfortable riding a wyvern is.
A beautiful young princess like you may ride wherever you like, dear.
Oh, I'm not nearly so pretty as you, though, Camilla.
You can't deny that you have many charms. Have you not seen how eager people are to please you after a few kind words?
As long as Marth is with me, I don't need anyone else.
Ah, young love. The two of you are so close, I fear there's no room in your heart for me. Well... I'm only teasing. I must say, you are especially susceptible to it.
Oh, you had me so flustered that I became utterly tongue-tied.
Still, it's no tease when I tell you that I'd like us to be better friends.
Oh, agreed. I would love nothing more. It's been refreshing to talk openly with someone from such a different world.
Quite. And, Sita, should you have trouble sleeping, You know where I am.
Oh! Wait, you're teasing again.
Well, if it isn't Owain. I was just about to have some tea. Will you join me?
Nay! My tortured and tempestuous heart must resist this temptation.
What's that? You have such an odd way about you sometimes.
Stand back! My dark energy is extremely volatile! Okay, that's better. The shadowy lion in my soul slumbers, but you threaten to awaken him.
You know, you really remind me of Odin right now. Anyway, I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Try again, darling.
The Dark Swordsman does not speak using words.
Well, that will make this difficult, don't you think? Let's back up. Owain, have you ever had tea with a woman before?
Don't belittle me. Of course I have.
Great! Then it's no big deal. Now, what kind of tea do you like?
No, I must decline and retreat to my dojo. I must sacrifice for the blade.
So, you're not interested?
The offer is compelling.
Well, all right. Come sit next to me, and I'll pour you a fresh cup.
Whoa! I don't think that's a good idea. Our dark energies could collide.
This is a joke, right? You've never minded fighting alongside me. What's this about?
Fine. I'll just tell you. Speaking with beautiful women makes me nervous.
Oh, dear heart. That's all the more reason to practice talking with me.
I guess.
Besides, it's just a cup of tea. It's not as if we're getting married.
No.
Oh my goodness, you are awkward. Look, none of us knows how long we'll be here, right? So what's there to be afraid of? It could all end tomorrow, so live a little. I'll ask one more time. What kind of tea do you like?
Oh ho! Did you hear that? My nemesis beckons from afar. I must heed the call, but rest assured, I will have tea with you another time.
Owain, if you leave now, I'll tell everyone a very juicy tale. The true story of a fearsome warrior who was frightened off by a cup of tea.
Lady Camilla, you wouldn't. I am the Dark Swordsman of the night.
Mm-hmm. And is Lissa over there the nemesis who was calling to you?
Okay. I'll join you for tea. Just don't tell Mother.
Oh, this is going to be more fun than I imagined.
Robin.
Corin,
Camilla, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing, but I'm sure I already know. Bird watching?
So I suppose that means you're dragon watching.
And here I thought this spot was my little secret.
Don't worry. I won't tell a soul. Do you use this spot often?
I do, but of course it's only out of love. There's no better vantage point around.
Oh, I agree. On a clear day, I can cast a hex on someone a whole mile away.
You cast hexes on the people you love?
Of course. I am a dark mage. I always have a number of hexes ready.
Is that so? What do they do?
Well, I have one that wards off colds, and one that keeps bugs away.
They can be helpful? I may have grossly misunderstood the word hex.
Oh, you understood it just fine. If anyone were to ever do Robin harm, well, I'd use the very hexes you're imagining to turn them inside out.
I'm amazed by all the different spells you can cast, Tharja, and a little jealous.
Then I guess we get to be jealous of each other.
Oh, and just what are you jealous of?
Not only do you watch over Corin like this, but you also get to hug her. All I can do is secure Robin's surroundings and then watch from afar.
Oh, if all you want is a hug from your dear Robin, then I can help with that. Just act natural and approach with a smile. It's kind of my specialty.
That's all it takes? I suppose I could try smiling. It's worth a shot.
Something tells me you and I will get along quite nicely. I'm sure I can help.
Thank you, Camilla. If it works, I'll help you in return. If there's anyone you'd like me to hex, just let me know. I guarantee the results.
I'll take you up on that. Especially if your hexes can help me care for Corin.
Oh, yes. My hexes can definitely bring you two closer together.
What luck to have found you, Tharsha. Now nothing will come between Corin and me.